The next question is from Robbie in New South Wales. I'm just going to read out the question. It says, "Hi, Sharon and Linda," and I think Robbie's here with us today. Hi, Robbie. "I have a school's education program on food source, which I'm hoping to take Australia-wide, if I can enlist a flagship partner. My main concern at the moment relates to the initial stage of my search to find a project partner. I'm slowly working through a list of prospects and would love some help in the how to grow that list. Could you please share your wisdom on that?"
That's another $1 for me, I think, for somebody asking about how you add to the prospect list. So Robbie, I think I want to refer to the engagement cycle there and just work through, have you done those foundation pieces? So when I think about your question, I think about, okay, what is it that you actually need from a business and a partner? So is it that you need funding, or is it that you need reach? Because I'm not sure which one it is that you need on that. And if it is funding, there are other revenue streams as well as business. So have you considered major donors? Have you considered philanthropy, trusts and foundations? I think the next part then of that engagement cycle is around your assets. Have you worked out what you've got to offer to a potential partner? Like, why would they jump on board as a flagship partner for this program? A little bit of insight would be, because you've got a really a great topic at the moment, healthy eating, and there's a lot of conversation about obesity in school children in Australia. So you've definitely got something that is very attractive there. The other thing that's making me think that you've got something that's attractive to a business partner is because you're working with schools and children and families, and that is something that a lot of organisations do want to tap into. But again, you do need to think about what assets you've got and what it is that you would offer to a potential flagship partner. Your unique value proposition, have you defined what is special about you? Are there other organisations out there who are doing similar to you? So what are you doing that's different to anyone that's similar? And the last part is your no-go areas as well. Do think about and do be clear about who you will and you won't partner with. I know that a lot of organisations that do want to talk to schools and children and families are companies like, ones that manufacture sugary drinks, ones that manufacture junk food. So be really clear about who you will and won't partner with. And I think if you can get those foundation pieces right, then you'll be able to, it was like, you've got a whole list of businesses. Once you know what you want, whether it is funding or reach, you can think about what business are going to be interested in that, and then what you have to offer, what's special about you, and think about what businesses have a vested interest in you succeeding. And if you can think about it from the business's point of view, you'll probably be able to add to that contact list in an effective way. So I hope that answers the question, that get the foundation pieces right first. So be able to think about what you want from the business, what you have to offer, what's special about you, and who you will and won't partner with before you start adding to that contact list.
And I guess in effect that actually helps you with your list, because the part that you said there about who has a vested interest in you succeeding, and when you look at that, I've got a schools education program on the value of food source, of where our food comes from, and us having, I guess, an understanding and a connection to food source and the value of that in today's age. Where is that vested interest? And I guess if you overlay those two areas, the list almost emerges in a way. Is that what you find?
I think it's something that's definitely will, once you find out who's interested in your success, I think there is, with the project that you've got as well, it is something that's really attractive. I know that Woolworths at the moment are doing those fresh food tours, and I think Woolworths spends a lot of money on their research. So they've obviously figured out that this is something that they find attractive to any of their stakeholders. So it is something that's attractive there. But I think you work out once you find out who wants to see you successful, and also who wants to tap into your assets. So who wants the same audience that you're already talking to, then it will kind of refine your prospect list into some hotter prospects for you.
Great, fantastic. Robbie, I hope that that's helping, and probably some of the other questions that we're answering as well might be helping you with that work. It's tricky as well, isn't it, when you're in a DIY space, when you're doing this yourself, or you're a small organisation or a small business with a social purpose, to actually wrap your head around some of these, you know, all these different elements that you need to take into consideration. So hopefully, Robbie, this session in total is helping. I'm just going to quickly mention another session that's coming up that you might be interested in having a look at as well. We have just organised a partnership with Pro Bono Australia, who some of you may be on their mailing list and received this in the last 24 hours. But because we've had a big focus, Sharon, Linda and myself have had a big focus on the small to medium-sized businesses in Australia, and they make up nearly 50% of the $18 billion that go into partnerships, community business partnerships in Australia every year. And that phenomena was kind of discovered last year through the Giving Australia research to be able to quantify that. So that's 80 to 90% of the business market are small to medium businesses. And we're going to be talking in a webinar in 2 weeks' time, the three of us actually, more about unpacking the SME market and what it means, and what is it like, what's the difference with creating a social partnership with a small to medium-sized business as opposed to a corporate business. And there are a number of differences. So that's just a little plug for something that's coming up in 2 weeks' time that you also might want to have a look at, and another way to learn from Sharon and Linda.